Hello, this is Clean Coach Carly. I'm the staff nutritionist for Healthy Habits Living. And I'm doing my second installment of the biobotanical research products, which go by the name of Biocidin. So I'm going to talk about the individual formulas or applications and products today during this video. If you want more info about the ingredients or the research and what pathogens and microbes that you can use this for, go to my other video. So in this video, I want to talk about the original formula, which is called Biocidin, and it is the liquid. And here's the main ingredients. And like I said, all of the Biocidin products have kind of this core synergy of herbs. Remember, I talked in the last video about how you can take one herb and another herb, but when you take them together, their strength and power is exponential, and that is due to synergy. Okay, so all the Biocidin products have kind of this same core herbal concentrations and formula, and then a couple of the other formulas have some added things in there, but I'll go over that. So their first product is their liquid, and it's got bilberry extract, noni extract, milk thistle, 2 types of echinacea, golden seal, shiitake, white willow bark, garlic, grapeseed, black walnut, raspberry, fumitory, gentian, tea tree, galbanum oil, lavender oil, oregano oil. So if you think about all those ingredients, you can understand why it is such a strong and powerful antimicrobial. And they call it full spectrum because it can kill a lot of different pathogens in different categories and phylum and families and things like that. Okay, so their original one was the liquid, and that is just called the Biocidin Liquid. And it's a regular tincture. It comes in potato alcohol, and it has the little dropper. And this is the one that I recommend that you start with because it is the least potent. And because this is such a strong, powerful product, I recommend with you starting with the least potent. So you would want to start with 1 drop, or like I talked about in my last video, maybe even half a drop. So that is the liquid. The other one that they have is the Biocidin liposomal formula. Okay, so this is the liquid formula put into liposomes. And I've taught you about liposomes before. Remember, they are a fatty package, a delivery mechanism. So you take that herbal formula and you encapsulate it or encode it in fat, and it's easier for your cells to absorb because your cells are also surrounded by fat. So the liposomes or fat that are used in this are sunflower seed lecithin, which is a great choice because the other option would be soy lecithin, and a lot of times soy is genetically modified. Now, the LSF, liposomal formula, is a lot stronger than the liquid formula because it has enhanced absorption and quicker delivery. So don't start with that one. You would want to graduate to that one after you have tried the liquid one. Here are 3 oral products, and I use all 3 of these actually. So I'm going to start with this one. And one of the reasons I'm showing you these bottles is because you'll notice they all look very similar, but they have different strengths, different applications, different times you'd want to use them. So you might think, oh, these are all the same thing. They're not. Okay, so this one is the Biocidin TS, which means throat spray. They recommend 3 sprays as the dose. And this one is also in alcohol, but it has a little bit more alcohol. So this is much more diluted than the normal liquid original tincture. Okay, so this is diluted. So the recommendation on this is 3 sprays. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, I talked in my last video about how this combination of herbs has been shown in clinical studies to increase secretory IgA. Secretory IgA is your protection antibodies and proteins in your mucous membranes, like your mouth and your nose and your throat. They are the ones that are looking for pathogens. Okay, so they're kind of like your first line of defense there. So it would make sense that if you use the throat spray, it will increase your secretory IgA, which means it will be able to kill pathogens before they get replicating in your throat or in your sinuses or get into your bloodstream, and then you get a full-on cold or flu or whatever else. So this is something I like to use preventively, like if I'm going to go on an airplane or in a car with somebody or be around a lot of people where I'm going to be exposed to a lot of pathogens that we sometimes call those germs. This is also something that you can take right at the onset of a cold. or a flu or respiratory infection. Now, of course, you can take it once you're already sick, but this is one of those things where it can slow down the replication of viruses. And so you want to start getting that on board at the first sign or symptom of a respiratory illness. So that's the throat spray. Okay, here's the other two oral products. I like them both. I think I'll start with the toothpaste. So here's what I like about the toothpaste. It's called Dentalcidin, right? So it has Biocidin in it, Dentalcidin. And it has that same core formula of herbs as all the other formulas. Plus it has spearmint, peppermint, cinnamon, lavender, and clove oil. And there's really great studies on clove oil and preventing cavities or caries, dental caries, as some people call them. So I love the taste of this. A lot of natural toothpastes have a weird taste, I guess you could say. This one has a very pleasant taste. It's not too spicy. Like sometimes commercial toothpastes are like really spicy and hot, you know. So this is something you can use with your kids because it's not going to burn their mouths. Out of all of the natural toothpaste that I have ever tried, Dentalcidin has the easiest consistency to spread, and it kind of acts like normal commercial toothpaste. So that's a great one to keep on board because, you know, we know that the oral microbiome, so the bacteria, bad and good, in the mouth are linked to our intestinal health as well as our heart health and the health of our entire bodies. So if we're really doing a good job of balancing the microbiome in the mouth with a natural toothpaste that's going to kill off a lot of pathogens, you know, we can expect that we're going to have better overall health. So here's the interesting one. This one's called Dentalcidin. Okay, so you know it's for the mouth, LS, and that stands for liposomal. So this is the formula of herbs put in a liposome. Now, it's not as strong as the one that you would take internally, the liposomal formula. This one, again, is Dentalcidin liposomal formula, so only for your mouth. Now, it's kind of a mouthwash or a mouth rinse, but it's a tiny little bottle, so that might be a little confusing. What they recommend is 2 pumps or 2 squirts, and you swish it around in your mouth, and it makes you salivate a little bit more, so you end up with more saliva in your mouth, and you really swish that around. So you end up with a mouthful of liquid, but it's not all this, right? A lot of it's your saliva. And what I do is I pull with it. So if you're familiar with oil pulling, you know, pulling something through your teeth, the spaces in your teeth, because that's going to get right along the gum line. And again, this is a great antimicrobial. So it's going to kill anything that could be causing tartar or plaque or getting into the gums, causing infections, and or getting into the bloodstream and causing heart problems, because we know that bacteria from the mouth can end up in the heart. So that is the oral mouthwash, I call it, but they call it liposomal oral care solution. So like I said, they recommend that you use these 2 together. I do that. I love the combination, and it's not too spicy like some toothpaste can tend to be. So they do have lots of other products, including a kit that is a cleanse that I would recommend probably once a year. I mean, I recommend cleansing or detoxing every quarter or so, but this one in particular is pretty strong with a strong herb, so I probably would recommend it only once per year. And as always, use caution, especially with these products, because they're so effective. Okay, so they really, really work. And when something really, really works, that means it's killing pathogens, microbes in your body. And if you do that too fast and furious, you're going to end up with side effects. So we call that a Herxheimer response or a die-off. And what that is the body's systems, like the lymphatic fluid or the bloodstream or the tissues, get inundated by dead stuff, dead pathogens, right? And that causes inflammation and unpleasant side effects like headaches or nausea or fatigue or body aches. And so you don't really want to do that. You know, some people are like, oh, well, that means it's working. I'm killing off bad stuff in my body. Well, yes, that is true. But you're also inundating yourself with toxins, and you're suffering the side effects of that, including inflammation. And inflammation is never really a great thing long term. So take it low and slow with whichever of these products that you choose to start with. And of course, here at Healthy Habits Living, we're always here to give you the best up-to-date information for managing any health concern that you have and building on your wellness so you can perform optimally and enjoy your life. We are here to help you get healthy so you can stay healthy and be healthy.